Okay guys, welcome back to the Talking News. So I have a story coming out of Spartanburg County, South Carolina. So there has been 2 shallow graves found recently, and it was 2 women that had actually went missing back in December 2018, around Kelsey Bear's time. Now, the story at the moment is a bit of a mess. I'm trying to put it together for you guys, but a lot of these news articles right now are a bit mixed up. I haven't gotten much personal information, but I'm working on it. So, according to the coroner, one of the missing girls, or the victims, was a 27-year-old Kristen Bunner. And the second girl found was a 40-year-old Melissa Reimer of Mountville. So, and what's strange about these 2 girls is I was able to pull up a few things on Kristen, but there is really not much out there on Melissa at the moment. These bodies were discovered by cadaver dogs on the property in which one of the suspects, Jonathan Galligan, lived. He's also known by his street name, Stretch. And according to neighbors, 3 people were living in this home in Spartanburg, and 2 of them went missing a few weeks ago, which makes no sense when we hear that it said it was back in December 2018. As I mentioned, it's a bit of a mess right now. So when police discovered the bodies, they discovered that the bodies were only buried 18 inches. So very shallow graves. And what they discovered was Jonathan was supposedly dating Bunner, the 27-year-old, and living at the home at the time she was killed. Police got a tip from another man that actually was involved with the fact these girls were missing. His name is Christian Herbert. He's 41 years old. They say that on the night of April 3rd, deputies say that they responded to a disturbance at the Little Man's Towing Company. They said that Herbert came out of the trailer with a gun before shooting himself in front of the deputies. The next day, while in the hospital, Herbert said Galligan had killed Bunner in December. So it seems like, from what we're reading at this moment, he was having a breakdown, wasn't dealing with what they had done very well. He attempted suicide, that failed, but the information I have on his background is Kristen is actually from New York and was listed on the state sex offender registry. So he was a level 3 offender, and he was arrested back in 1998 and convicted of a sex crime in 1999. So it looks like his confessions in the hospital actually led to the arrest, which happened Saturday the 6th, of April. Now, I'm going to call Herbert Christian H, guys. So Christian H told officials that he helped Galligan bury Bunner's body at the property where Jonathan lived. So he had lived there at one time, according to this report, and also by a neighbor. I'm going to play that clip shortly. So Kristen H was questioned again on April 4th, and he revealed there was a second body buried on the land. He said he killed the woman in January, and Galligan helped him bury the body. Of course, officials later identified the victim as Reimer. So deputies deployed forensic teams and cadaver dogs before making the discovery, according to WSPA. The dogs indicated 2 areas, said Rusty Clevenger, which is the county coroner. He goes on to say, "We went to those 2 areas and we were able to find human remains. They are of 2 people." According to Sheriff Chuck Wright, he said, "I cannot imagine somebody coming in and telling me that they found my child, especially in the condition that they were in." So Galligan and Hurlburt were both appeared before a judge for a bond arraignment, and so that was on April 6th, but they were denied bond. But in addition to that, Kristen H. was charged with unlawful possession of a pistol by a convicted felon for the apparent suicide attempt, of course, guys. So he just got double the whammy, and he was the one that actually told police, what happened. I don't think it was, if it wasn't for him talking, they probably would have never found out anything. That's to how the story is written right now. It's still a news story, so usually the information isn't always correct. But, we take what we can get. What gets to me at this moment is there's not anybody talking about Reimer missing. Nobody seems to care that Reimer was missing. I can't find anything on it at the moment, but as the story progresses and I am able to research a little bit more in depth, I will get that information out. Now, before I close out, I want to share this clip that a neighbor was interviewed. I believe it's by Fox News.
Been here for 6 years, almost 7 years.
So next door to the house?
Yes.
Okay. Just kind of describe from whenever you started seeing the scene, unfold, kind of just describe that to me from start until where we're at right now.
Okay, well, last night it was around about between 7 and 7:30. I told my wife, I said, "Baby, I'm going to step out for a minute." I said, "I'm going to go out here and smoke me a cigarette." And she said, "Okay." So I walked out. When I walked out on the porch, okay, I had 2 police cars here. They were lined up here. So I went back in the house. I said, "Baby," "we got a yard full of police." And she came out here and she said, "What's going on?" I said, "Oh, no, they over there." So they stayed out here pretty late last night. But evidently they didn't find nothing. But they came back this morning with the crew. So then they started working. So they found, I heard they dug up 2 bodies out the backyard over here. Those people, I didn't know, I didn't even know that was going on. Not next to us, because they didn't bother nobody when they were staying there. They just get out there, play their music, and have their little drinks or whatever. But that was about it, But then all of a sudden they just vanished. So I figured they moved. So, because I know a couple of the guys that was staying over there in that house, they works for Mr. Freedom, the guy on Freedom Auto, right up here. And I didn't know him by name, but they didn't seem to be no bad people. They were nice. They speak, come out and talk a little bit, but we didn't talk that much. But hey, that was it. And then when they came back this morning, I told Baby, I said, "Baby, they coming back." And so I just told them, they was asking, "Can I park in your yard?" I said, "Yeah, y'all can park anywhere you please." So then I lined them up in the yard, just like they lined up now. So let them go over there and do what they had to do.
Is that frightening to live, next door to something like that, happening so close?
Well, yeah, because you never know. And we don't know how them people died. So I just keep my doors locked at night.
So so the people so we don't know who it is. You said you just haven't seen the people that live there. In
a couple of weeks. Yeah, in a couple of weeks. They just vanished. They just vanished. It was 3 guys and a female. And just like I say, they get out there and have their fun. That was it.
Did you talk to them very often?
No, only when I went out and they was out there, they had offered me a beer. And I told them, no, not tonight. Because they did it like every night. So, I said, no, thank you.
When's the last time you saw them?
Man, I'm telling you, it's been about a couple of weeks ago. It's been about a couple of weeks ago, to be honest with you. It's about that long. It's been about a couple of weeks ago.
What kind of activity have you seen over there since?
None. I ain't seen none. I had came out and was going down to this corner store to get some cigarettes, and I seen a hole, like somebody was digging a hole right where that officer's car is sitting. And I said, I know Spartanburg Waterworth hadn't been out here, you know. And I didn't pay it no more attention. I didn't pay it no more attention. So I just went on to the store and got my cigarettes, and I came back. And that was it.
So you saw someone digging a hole?
No, the hole was already been dug.
Where? Can you show me again where?
It's right in front of that police car. Right where that guy going between the cars. It's right. He probably parked over it.
When was
over
that?
The hole. It's there now. You know, it was there. It's there now. So I don't know what's going on.
Have you, have you seen something like this happen around here before?
No, not this close. No, ma'am. Not this close.
Anything else you want to say or anything else you want to add?
Well, you know, if it's foul play, I hope they get who it is. It's scary. It's scary. And then they beginning to trying to get the lights back on this street. Because at night, this street dark, man, you can't even see your hand in front of your face. So, that's pretty much all I can tell you, ma'am. I can't tell you no more.
When did you first see that hole you were talking about? You said it's still there, right?
Yeah, it's still there.
When's the first time you saw it?
About a week ago. And I was walking down the corner store to get me a pack of cigarettes. And the hole is right there in front, right there where they got that police car in front of this gray truck where these guys walking by. It's right in front of that. But that vehicle in front, it might be over it, but if they parked on the street, then it's not, because it's pretty much up close to the fence. I don't know who dug that. I know Spartanburg Waterworth ain't been out here and did nothing like that. They ain't been out here and done nothing like that. So I can't really tell you what's going on with that.
Well, thank you for talking to me. I appreciate it. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, so what I can gather so far, they don't have a motive, but I have an idea of what the motive is, and it's for sexual pleasure. A lot of this that's happening that are similar to this case, a lot of it is driven by their sexual taboo desires. That is in fact. This is the part where I speculate and I talk about it. I think, you know, that's probably the motivation in it, because both women were killed at 2 separate times. They already found out that one of them he is a sex offender. He's a level 3 sex offender. And why they don't ever want to talk about these kind of things on the news, I don't know. But it is a problem. And I believe it's a problem we need to start facing and addressing. So anyways, guys, I'm going to close out for now. I've got a lot to do today. I want to say thanks so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.